Hello there folks, Nerdy John here, and today we're talking about Kamen Rider. Now, many of you might not know this, but I am a massive fan of Kamen Riders, particularly Black and Black RX for the Showa era specifically. I also like a lot of the Heisei era, but for me, I like Black and Black RX. And some of you may know that specifically Black RX was adapted into Saban's Masked Rider, and how it was a terrible, and I truly mean terrible show. This show should have been a hit. I mean, it had a backdoor pilot through a Power Rangers episode of all things. So you think it would have been like the go-to success story for Saban, especially since Kamen Rider is literally the most popular toku in Japan. But sadly, that was not the case, and it ended up being a terrible adaptation of Black RX. But here's the thing. Even if, in some alternate universe, it was a good adaptation, a successful adaptation, so much so that the original creator didn't say he didn't want Americans touching the show that he created anymore. The issue comes with, that was the last Kamen Rider show for a while. Not till Kuga. I mean, yeah, we had the 90s movies, but I mean, for one, you definitely couldn't adapt Shin Kamen Rider, that is way too dark. And for the other two films, I mean, yeah, you could get a couple of stock footage fights out of it, but you couldn't make a whole season out of those riders specifically. And it's just unfortunate. I mean, they did have Toei produce more fight scenes specifically for the American show for Mighty Morphin in season 2 and 3. But the thing is, and again, Max Rider would have had to have been very successful, as successful as Power Rangers, in order for that to happen, because no way, especially 90s Saban, would shell out that much money in order to do another season of Max Rider. So unfortunately, I mean, I could potentially see them, again, in a scenario where Masked Rider was a successful adaptation in the first place, I could see them starting to adapt the Heisei series when that finally comes back. But unfortunately, we were only going to get one season of Masked Rider no matter what, because you can't really adapt the other shows in the Showa era past Black, because, and this is no offense to the teams that worked on them, the costumes look very cheaply made, especially when you compare it to the monsters that you got in Black RX. So it's very unfortunate, but American adaptations for Kamen Rider, in the beginning anyway, were always doomed to fail.